The journey had only just begun, but exhaustion was already setting in. After 20 long kilometers, the grassy road stretched endlessly ahead. Mushroom Hero and Piggy collapsed beneath the shade of a rocky cliff, both breathing heavily. Even Piggy, usually full of energy, looked drained. Mushroom Hero wiped the sweat from his face, his eyes half closed. I can't go on, he muttered. It's too tiring to keep walking like this. Their SP was dropping fast, too fast. As the wind brushed through the leaves above, something caught their attention. High up on a sturdy plant, a cluster of mushrooms rested safely on a giant leaf, and beside it, a strange fruit hung from a rope, gently swaying. Food, recovery, hope. Mushroom Hero slowly lifted his head, determination flickering back into his tired eyes. If we can get that, he thought, we might survive this journey after all. The road was cruel, but quitting was not an option.
The journey was far from over. Under the open sky, Mushroom Hero and Piggy collapsed onto the grass, their bodies heavy, their breaths uneven. Even with Piggy's help, they had only made it this far after an entire day of walking. The system's cold voice echoed in Mushroom Hero's mind, warning him that his stamina was almost gone. 12 out of 100. Mushroom Hero clenched his teeth. He knew it. Missions that looked easy were never truly easy. Resting felt tempting, but impossible. Because once a mission began, there was no turning back. The system offered no mercy, only a challenge. Think of another way. Lying there, exhausted but awake, Mushroom Hero stared at the sky. If walking would drain him dry, then surviving this mission would require more than strength. It would take courage, creativity, and one last push forward.
The sun hangs high in the sky, but the journey has drained every last bit of strength. The Mushroom Hero lies flat against the grass, sweat dripping as his body barely moves. Behind him, Piggy pants heavily, just as exhausted. Great. Turned into a mushroom, and now I'm stuck in a pay-to-win system, the hero mutters bitterly. The system's cold voice echoes in the air, calm and mocking. You won't receive any hints unless you provide gold coins. And yes, I know you don't have any. The Mushroom Hero lets out a tired sigh. Figures, even the system knows I'm broke. Piggy shifts slightly, struggling to breathe, while the road ahead stretches endlessly. Their stamina is almost gone, and resting won't move the mission forward. Then the system speaks again, this time almost playful. Why doesn't the player try experimenting with his abilities? You might unlock something new. The hero's eyes narrow. Abilities? Despite his exhaustion, a spark of determination flickers inside him. If he can't pay and he can't quit, then the only choice left is to evolve. In the quiet sky above, the Mushroom Hero pauses. A strange thought echoes in his tiny mind. If I play around with my abilities, could I unlock something new? His round eyes widen. Curiosity replaces fear. Suddenly, boom! Power surges through the air as the ground explodes beneath him. The earth cracks, the wind screams, and energy shoots upward like a blade. What was once a cute little mushroom is now standing at the center of something far greater. This isn't just an accident. This is growth. A new ability has awakened, and the Mushroom Hero's journey has just taken a powerful turn. The ground suddenly trembled. In the blink of an eye, something crashed down from above. Boom! Dust and wind exploded across the clearing. The little Mushroom Hero froze, heart pounding, eyes wide. What's going on? Before he could move, a frightened boar tumbled straight onto his head, pinning him beneath its weight. The forest fell silent. Then, recede, recede. A strange pressure rolled through the air as the dust slowly parted. Two figures emerged from the smoke. One knelt heavily against the ground, gripping a glowing staff, clearly exhausted. The other stood tall and calm behind him, cloaked in shadow, watching everything with unreadable eyes. The mushroom hero swallowed hard. These weren't ordinary travelers. Something dangerous had arrived, and his quiet forest adventure had just taken a very serious turn. My heart nearly stopped. For the first time since I came to this forest, I felt real fear. A human. Not just any human, but a mage. Level 28. My vision trembled as the system window appeared, and my thoughts spiraled. How is this possible? I struggled just to reach level 16, and he already stands far beyond me. Worse still, he's not alone. Cold sweat rolled down my cap as pressure filled the air. The forest itself seemed to fall silent. One step closer, and my instincts screamed danger. This wasn't a monster I could outgrow. This wasn't prey. This was a real human, powerful, experienced, and completely unpredictable. For the first time, I understood one thing clearly. Survival won't be easy anymore. The forest suddenly falls silent. Just as the little mushroom hero peeks out from behind the leaves, a chilling voice cuts through the air. "Found you." A bald mage steps forward, his eyes glowing red, magic pulsing from the crystal staff in his hand. Class, Mage, level 36. Far stronger than anything they faced before. Heavy footsteps shake the ground as he walks closer, closer to the fragile mushroom hiding below. The mushroom hero freezes, his tiny body trembles as a massive shadow looms overhead. Then, boom! The mage leaps, landing atop the rock like a predator claiming its prey. The impact sends fear rushing through the mushroom's heart. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. But even as fear tightens its grip, a spark of determination flickers in the mushroom hero's eyes. This enemy is powerful, but this story isn't over yet. Piggy's small eyes burn with anger. The moment he sees the human threatening his friend, his patience snaps. A low growl escapes his throat. The mushroom hero tries to react. "Piggy, wait!" But it's already too late. With a furious snort, Piggy launches forward like a cannonball. The ground shakes as he charges straight at the human. Piggy slams into human with all his strength. For Piggy, this wasn't a battle strategy. It was simple. The grass trembled as danger struck without warning. From behind the rock, the tiny mushroom froze. Its whisper came too late. In a flash, a dark figure charged forward, the ground screaming beneath its feet. The little pig barely had time to react. Boom! The earth exploded as the attack slammed down, dust and debris flying into the sky. For a heartbeat, everything went silent. Was this the end? But beneath the shattered ground, something stirred. Fear turned into resolve, because even the smallest hero can stand again. And when Mushroom Hero rises, this battle is far from over. The dust slowly settles. The little pig lies motionless on the grass, the ground still trembling from the impact. For a moment, the world is silent. Mushroom Hero stares ahead, his round eyes frozen. He doesn't cry, he doesn't move. Heavy footsteps pass by. Two figures walk calmly through the battlefield, as if nothing important happened at all. One is an old man with a staff, the other, a hooded figure wrapped in shadows. They don't even look down. Mushroom Hero feels it then, not fear, but confusion. Why didn't they attack? Why didn't they care? As they pass, a cold voice breaks the air. Strange. Why would a low-ranking demon appear so far out here? The words cut deeper than the blow. Low-ranking, disposable, meaningless. Mushroom Hero clenches himself into the grass, pretending to be nothing more than a mushroom. But inside, something awakens. Because heroes aren't born strong. They are born when the world decides they don't matter. In the silent forest, fate finally tightens its grip. After countless dangers and near-death risks, the hunter stands victorious. His eyes burn with obsession as his hands reach forward. At last, I found you. Hidden beneath broad green leaves lies the prize he sacrificed everything for, the rare mushroom of destiny. This wasn't just an ingredient, it was the final key to his class change, the turning point that would reshape his future forever. As his fingers close around the spotted cap, a strange tension fills the air, as if the forest itself is holding its breath. Because this mushroom is not ordinary. It is alive, and the moment it's taken, a new story begins, the rise of the Mushroom Hero. In the quiet forest, danger reveals itself. I feel it, that chilling gaze from above. My body freezes as towering figures loom over me, one clutching a spotted egg, eyes burning with greed. They laugh, celebrating their victory. To them, I'm nothing more than prey. My cap trembles. Fear squeezes my chest. If they take that egg, I'm finished. But fear isn't the end. Something stirs deep inside me. Power surges through my tiny body, wild and uncontrollable. The ground shakes. My spores erupt in every direction. Spore explosion! A blinding cloud swallows the forest. The hunters cough, stumble, blinded by the golden haze. Their confidence shatters. This is my chance. I may be small, I may be hunted, but I am not helpless. And tonight, the forest learns that even a mushroom can fight back. The yellow spores slowly settled, but the danger hadn't passed. The bald man staggered back, coughing hard, his eyes burning with disbelief. A mushroom monster using a skill like that? He muttered, wiping dust from his face. The hooded woman narrowed her eyes. She had seen this before, too intelligent, too controlled. This place is more dangerous than we thought, she said calmly. Grab the remaining eggs, we're leaving. But deep in the ground, something answered their retreat. With a violent tremor, boom, the earth exploded. A small figure burst from the soil, eyes glowing gold with fury. The creature let out a sharp cry as it launched forward, spore energy rippling through the air. The Mushroom Hero had made its choice. This wasn't escape anymore. This was a counterattack. And the hunt had just turned around. Just when hope seemed lost, the ground trembled. Out of nowhere, a violent force ripped through the battlefield. Barbarous charge! The pig-headed warrior launched forward like a living cannon, eyes blazing, muscles screaming, dust exploding beneath his feet. The air itself shattered as he closed the distance in an instant. The old cultivator barely had time to react. His robes fluttered wildly as the shockwaves slammed toward him. Boom! The impact tore through the earth, sending debris flying in all directions. This wasn't desperation anymore. This was raw, reckless resolve. The mushroom hero, once exhausted, barely standing, had crossed a line. In that charge, there was no fear, no hesitation, only one thought. If I fall, I take you with me. And in that moment, the battlefield understood one thing clearly. The weakest hero had just become the most dangerous. Just when the wind calmed, something shined. In the old man's hand, a glowing crystal staff burst with power, lighting up the battlefield. Before anyone could react, the little mushroom pig hero was swept into the air, confused, spinning, helpless. Oink! The next moment, bam! The charge slammed forward with unstoppable force. The tiny hero flew like a cannonball, crashing straight into the rock wall. Dust exploded, stones cracked, stars danced around the hero's head as the impact echoed across the field. But even then, the mushroom hero didn't cry. Bruised, dazed, yet still breathing, because this wasn't the end. It was the moment the real fight was about to begin. The tiny hero spins through the air, stars dancing in his eyes. Thud! He crashes into the mushroom bed, leaves bursting outward like a green wave. For a moment, everything is quiet. The mushroom hero lies there, dizzy, spirals in his eyes, chest rising slowly. His crown tilts, his body aches. Above him, food spins like a dream. Apples, meat, hope just out of reach. He blinks. I'm not done yet, his eyes seem to say. The forest watches in silence as he gathers himself, breath by breath. This fall wasn't defeat, it was a reminder. Even heroes stumble, but they always land where they need to rise again. The earth trembles. The ancient roots tighten around the massive boulder, muscles flexing as cracks race across the stone. With a deafening roar, the rock begins to shatter. Behind the hill, the mushroom hero freezes. "Ah, you stupid pig," he pants angrily. "We could have escaped. Why did you go back?" Piggy, dizzy but stubborn, stands his ground. He came back for him. From above, cold shadows loom. "Eh?" one of the figures murmurs. "This mushroom isn't ordinary. It has arms, legs. Is it a variant?" The strangers step closer, weapons ready, eyes sharp with interest. At that moment, crack! The bound boulder finally gives way. Roots snap, stone explodes, and power surges free. Dust fills the air. The mushroom hero clenches his fists. They're surrounded, they're discovered, and there's no running anymore. This fight is inevitable. The ground trembled as the vine tightened its grip. The marigold vine spun faster, its thick roots grinding stone into dust. At its center, Piggy clung desperately to the giant leaf, dizzy eyes spiraling as the world whirled around him. Above, the two cultivators froze. The bald man's eyes widened. This wasn't brute strength, it was a skill. A plant monster that grows stronger when shocked? The masked cultivator clenched his teeth. No, it's adapting. With every rotation, the vine tightened, lifting rocks like toys and crushing them mid-spin. Piggy squealed as the wind howled past his ears, but deep inside, something changed. Fear faded. Instinct awakened. The mushroom hero wasn't running anymore. Caught in the storm of vines and stone, he realized the truth. This battle had already begun, and the forest itself was fighting back. The ground trembles. A sudden shock tears through the forest. From the shadows, danger awakens. A massive stone spins through the air, fast, powerful, unstoppable. But the mushroom hero doesn't run. With wide eyes and a brave heart, he faces the storm head-on. The wind screams, leaves scatter, rocks fly like weapons. High above him, The enemy stands calm, watching, waiting. This is no accident. This is a defense mechanism, triggered. Yet even as the stone crashes closer, the mushroom hero smiles. Because courage isn't about size, it's about standing firm when everything else is falling. And this battle has only just begun.